Hi everybody, I just wanted to show you how to sublimate on some things that I found at the thrift store and Dollar Tree. These are just some frames and I use acrylic paint to paint them. I got them from Ross on clearance. And I got those, my paintbrush, I get those from Dollar Tree as well. So here I'm just painting with the acrylic paint and letting it dry. And this is the sublimation picture that I decided to print out to put on this particular frame. You want to use laminate paper, and I'll show you the pack that I use later on in the video. But you want to make sure the shiny side is facing the sublimation paper. And right here, I'm just lining it up and getting ready to press it with my heat press. Okay, right here I'm using you should use an X-Acto knife. I feel like that's safer, but all I could find was my box cutter. And I got that little mat you see that I'm pressing on. They sell those sometimes at Dollar Tree, and when you see them, you should pick them up because they're really good for cutting out, little pieces of fabric or whatever you need. But I'm just trimming off the extra and cutting it out so the print will just be on the frame. When I um when I pressed it the first time, it was some kind of, like, I would say, ripples in the laminate paper. So here you see me, I'm just pressing it just a little bit just to make those ripples lie flat. And you can do that if you have the ripples. Just, you want to maybe count to, I mean, 1,000, 1,000, all the way maybe to 1,000, just a few seconds, because you don't want to, if you leave it too long, it'll shrink and it'll be smaller than your frame. All right, here's the letter that I got from the thrift store. I just did the same thing, painted it with acrylic paint. And here are the laminate pouches that I use. And they're little pouches. So what you want to do is when you get them, you wanna pull them apart because you only need one part of it. So you can do 2 items or however many you can fit on a laminate sheet with just one pouch. It goes a long way. And don't forget that the rough side touches the object that you're going to sublimate on, and the shiny side is what's going to be facing the sublimation sheet that you for your design that you want to sublimate with, and the design will be face down. And when you're pressing, you always want the design to be face down on the top. It should be what's on the what's touching directly on the heat press, if that makes sense. And you'll see while I'm lining this up, you'll see I'm going to turn it over so the paper is on the top to get a better idea of what I'm talking about. I also got this frame and this very cute butterfly from Dollar Tree, and I painted those with acrylic paint as well. And I choose white. I don't know if you can use any other color. I did white just so it will show up. My print would show up when I do the sublimation to it. Most of the ink came off, which is a good thing. And you'll see here that my image didn't go all the way to the top of my K. But all in all, it's cute. This is for my grandson's bedroom. And we're going to trim those edges a little later. Now we're going to do the butterfly. And the same thing, same process. Just wanted to show you guys how I did this. But the same process. I don't think this is real wood, but all in all, it still worked. And I got these items from the Dollar Tree in their craft section. I think this is the Crafter's Square little section that they have. And it's sublimated well. I'm very pleased at how it came out. I thought this butterfly was so cute. I didn't think enough of my ink came off of the transfer of the sublimation paper. So I'm saving that to see if I could put it on something else. And if you guys go to Dollar Tree, you'll see they have those, they have like a 4-pack of microfiber rags, not rags, washcloths in a pack. And those are excellent to practice sublimation on. Because you can mess those up and you only paid 25 cents for them. And they are wonderful for practicing. So the ones I have, I felt like the ink didn't come out. I think I'm just going to see if it can be repressed. I think normally it can't, but hey, nothing beats a failure but a try. So I'll try it. Who knows, it may work. And this is, again, I couldn't find my X-Acto knife, so we're going to use a box cutter to trim those edges. And I'll set my temperature at 385 for 55 seconds. And for the temperature, I feel like you need to just play around with your heat press and see what temperature works best for you. This is the temperature that has been working best for me on my items. So I think it's best that you just play around and see what works best for you. Here I'm sitting at my table, and it's messy, guys. I just do crafts all day as much as I can when I'm feeling the best. So you have to excuse the mess. But I'm just gonna trim these up and get the excess off. Some people can use a template and get it directly, and they can cut it down before they start to press, but that hasn't worked for me. So it works best for me to just use the entire sheet, press on what I need to press on my object, and to cut it and to cut the excess off at the end. And a little tip that I've learned is when you're sublimating and you're just practicing, you can use copy paper. These are items that I'm just going to keep for myself, or other than the cake that I'm going to put in my grandson's room. But you can use copy paper to print out your designs on, and that'll save your sublimation paper. And use your sublimation paper for when you're selling something or something you're going to give away. But if you're just practicing, You can use copy paper. These were made with using copy paper. Once you finish trimming your edges, you should, I use the lighter. And I use the lighter to go around the edges to smooth them out. You want to make sure that you keep the lighter moving, because if you stop in one place, it'll melt the laminate. And again, just like the heat press, it'll shrink it. And here are the items that I did. I'm very pleased at how they turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please subscribe and have a wonderful, blessed day.